Chad, what episode is this, Chad?
This is episode number 143.
Oh, excellent.
Prime number.
This is the one I'm looking for.
This is the one we've been waiting on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy ex-Halloween.
Samhain is over. Halloween's over. Day of the Dead's over.
Yeah.
With nothing left to look forward to.
Yeah. That's it. Fuck it.
Fuck it, we're done.
Yeah. We're done. Cups, courtesy of
Oh, yes.
Doug Stanhope
Thank you, Doug.
and the Chaleys. Thank you. And Bingo. Thank you.
The Arizona contingency.
Yeah, so last week I went out to Arizona, a place called Bisbee, and I stayed at the great Doug Stanhope's compound. And which day after tomorrow, Thursday, Doug Stanhope will be here at the Improv in Houston with Junior opening up for him. And if I had the vocabulary, I would use every single big word I have to say this show is not to be missed. Doug Stanhope is one of my favorite. I'm sure, I bet I could speak for everybody. I mean, one of the greatest stand-up comedians I've ever had the pleasure of watching. So Thursday, Improv, Houston, tickets available. We have them on our site too. We have a link on the site. I don't know if there's any left or not, but if there is, please go. It's going to be tremendous. So thank you, Doug Stanhope and the crew, Greg Chaley, Tracy, Bingo, all the gang in Bisbee, Arizona. Hospitality like I've never seen. Just pure, gracious, all the best. So anyway.
I would think that anyone who's into comedy would be a fan of, really into comedy.
Yes.
Almost like how musicians are into like certain, we're all into certain things, and some of them are maybe not the most mainstream or popular things, but I think that anybody that listens to comedy or enjoys comedy would be a fan of, hopefully be a fan of Doug's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, just like you said, not middle of the road, not the Jim Gaffigan, not the Bill Burr, not the, this guy plays a trail. I mean, but all these guys will tell you that he's their favorite. All these guys will say, Joe Rogan will tell you that Doug Stanhope is the best out there. And if you come see the show, you'll see what I mean. So looking forward to that. And like I said, I was just buzzing to go out there and to see Bisbee. What a gorgeous town. You come through Tombstone, you drive through the tunnel, through the mountain, and you come out the other side, and the view is spectacular. I brought a GoPro with me, and I shot some video while I was driving. So I have a bunch of...
We're just learning about this.
I know,
bro.
I was waiting for SlapperCast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, So just... and there's also, as you can see on the cup here, zoom in, Chad, zoom in. It's the Doug Stanhope podcast, which is their Patreon... Doug's Patreon members get to listen to the podcast, and it's quite brilliant. The thing about Doug is he doesn't have any slackers like the singer in our band. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Damn it. He doesn't have everybody in his fold. Anybody that belongs to the Jim. I was going to say to the Doug Stanhope family. Hennigan, his manager, the Chaleys, his wife Bingo, all these people are fucking brilliant. Every single one of them are beyond brilliant in their own right. They're as funny and as quick and generous, gracious as well, I said. Mm-hmm. But they are, everybody on that team is completely brilliant, and I was just blown away. Really, really grateful.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Doug, Thursday the 4th of November at the Improv in Houston.
Yes.
Correctamundo.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then we a couple of really fun gigs this past weekend. I know we saw a lot of you at Mecca, right down the street from here. We saw a lot of you at the Cypress, the Methodist Church out in Cypress. We did the car park thing, and very, very fun. Daylight and churches, not some of the favorite things that we've ever,
right.
Yeah, great folks though, and also Andy, our friend Andy, who same guy who ran sound for us last year when we did the same gig, has his own sound company called Andy Sound, and he's one of those rare sound guys who is just freaking perfect.
Yeah.
Really good gear, and he knows how to use it. He's really easy to work with, and he was saying, like, I love it when sound guys say this, especially the good ones. Like, you guys are making my job easy, you know.
Too easy.
Which
Don't leave out.
I know that part of that now is the fact that Patrick and I run direct, but they were telling us that long before we ever had direct gear.
Well, we know what we're doing, and we run our own sound a lot of the time. So so we give them what they want, and
yeah.
But it is a joy to arrive at the gig and have the stage, the mic stands, the wires, everything is run, and there's no spaghetti bowls. Mm-hmm. Everything is run meticulously, systematically, just to an OCD level. I mean,
it's a very clean stage.
Yes,
Very clean.
It was
a very professional looking stage. It looked like they were ready for anyone else that has been doing this for 10,000 years, and it sounded great. Monitors sounded great.
Yeah.
Andy's so easy to work with. Mm-hmm. I'm glad he had a buddy show up at the end to help pack up because he had to get home to trick or treat. But I was just like, "You doing this all by yourself?" And then this guy came running in and was helping him, so that was great.
Yeah, because I had offered to I said, "Do you want us to, give you a few minutes at the end?" And he said, "No." He said, "I've got it, but I just know that I have to split. I've got people waiting on me." I said, "Okay, yeah." So we were gone by the time he didn't even have the he didn't even have the board shut down, and our stuff was already off this. And he's just looking at us, going, "I love you guys. This is great." So it was a lot of fun. And of course we can't forget O'Bannon's on Friday night, which was and is. It's just that place never gets it. Chad, how long have we been playing there?
Since 2005.
2005. Some of you weren't even born yet. Go to fucking bed. It's late. Anyway, well, we had, just every single time there, Chris Steele is running his fingers to the bone. He is running on no sleep. He is running the Blackwater Draw, O'Bannon's, Two Small Kids. And he and Steph do just such an amazing job. I just get tired thinking about what that guy. I'm going to go take a nap. Can we pause it? Right. I'm fucked. I'm already wrecked. Yeah. So College Station doesn't get old. Does not get old. We do. And the young ladies stay the same.
We talk about this every time we talk about O'Bannon's, but I just love the fact because it's a college town, and we're literally right on the edge of the campus on Boyette Street. They're in what they call the Northgate district of College Station. We have seen so many generations. I mean, I don't know if it's technical generations, but we've seen so many generations of graduates come and go, and we run into them all over the country. And Houston too. We just ran into at the Mecca show. Yeah. Which is the other thing we need to talk about. Yeah. There was an Aggie grad there who remembered seeing us like 10 years before or something. So I love it.
Some of the songs that we play at the end of the note, whatever key we're ending in, I'll play the Aggie War Hymn, just a few bars of it to just for fun, and it's very fun to play at O'Bannon's, but it's exceptionally fun to play when people don't know what it is, but then two or three people will poke their head out of a crowd and go, "Hey!" It's just so it is. It's the Aggies have their traditions, and they have their pride, and it's evident throughout this great country everywhere we go. It's
the only fight song we know how to play.
God.
Don't call it the fight song. It's a war hymn.
It's a war hymn, yeah.
And edit. Get us kicked out of O'Bannon's.
The fight hymn.
What'd you say?
You fight him. No,
the fight him.
Yeah. Fight her.
Fight it.
We have, so I know we mentioned before, but we're drinking Blaggards blend coffee. We have Holiday coffee going out. It's all online. So thank you, June Narnia.
Yeah. And order now for Christmas.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas,
Yeah. Yeah. Don't we do a?
I think we have a couple Christmas songs
Yes,
that we
we do.
have in
Yes,
hand
we do.
that is available.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about Mecca.
What does MECA stand for? Mexican Educational
Multicultural, educational, something.
Multi-Educational Cultural
Is
Association.
it? No.
Administration.
Wow, I'm wrong. I thought it was Mormons eating children accurately.
Marker.
Yeah.
MECA gig was fun. It was wacky. It was weird. It was the throw and go situation is always challenging, and but I think that we rose to the event.
Yes, we did.
He says, "Fuck it." He's not going to mark it. Yes.
No, I was trying to find
But
what the acronym of Mecca stands for.
Esmeralda was our host, and she was very gracious and very kind, and she gave us beers afterwards, which I was excited about.
Yeah.
And
You were getting the van,
Yeah.
but she gave us beers.
I know.
I drank yours.
Thank you. And Guadalupe, the beautiful, the wonderful, the talented Guadalupe, she put everything together for us. And,
Excellent.
And is just, she, we had arrived at the it's held in the historic 6th Ward here in beautiful Houston, Texas. And this is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Houston, if not the oldest. I think it's the oldest neighborhood in Houston. The traffic around here, the roads are narrow and there's a lot of traffic, and especially when Mecca puts on a Day of the Dead festival like this, it is beyond chock-a-block. It's completely gridlocked. It's so we have to. Luckily, I only live a few blocks away from it, so we unloaded the van and stuff. But I get a text as I'm driving away to park the van. I get a text and she goes, "Hey, let me know when you're here. I want to come greet you." And I was like, they're up to their eyes. They've got vendors all around the block. They've got performances inside, outside, on top, underneath, everywhere you look. There's something happening. And Alice Salazar is she's the head of the whole game, and that woman just does not. I don't think she blinks. Never mind sleeps or rests. I mean, she's just incredible. So yeah, they're. Just the vendors were tremendous and stuff. We were in the way. There's nowhere to put our gear when we arrived. So everywhere we look, we kind of had to just kind of dig our own spot and hold that until it was time to play, and then get out of there as fast as possible. So it's always it's a testament to this band to how well we work. But it's also we wouldn't be able to execute this if it wasn't for the brilliance of the crew at Mecca. They were just
Fun time.
yeah, really good. And the nice thing is too. So Halloween on Sunday marked my anniversary of arriving here in the States, and I think it was might have been an online post or something from years back that reminded me, because I always forget. But it's mind blowing to me that we can play Irish music at essentially it's not a Mexican thing. It's you were saying it was an Aztec thing, the Day of the Dead.
Yep.
Thing, which but to be able to play Irish music, Irish rock music at an event like that, and to have it seamlessly go with whatever else they were putting on. It's so humbling, and it's so thrilling to be able to play this stuff for all these people. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's funny because the Irish, or I should say maybe the Gaelic festival of Samhain is very much in line with the Aztec festival of Day of the Dead, which has now been sort of co-opted by Hispanics around the world. And I think a lot of people don't know that those roots come from more native people than actual Mexicans. I mean,
Yeah.
or whatever. But
yeah,
both great festivals, and it's always fun to play over there. And we've done a couple things with Mecca over the at least in the last year or two.
We
played
did their Patty's Day.
San
event.
Patricio Festival.
San Patricio, that's right.
Yeah.
Of course. At the temporary theater that they were occupying for a while their home grounds were being renovated or something.
I guess last
Anyway.
year.
Yeah.
It was a really nice theater. I'm sure we talked about it last year, but I had no idea it existed until that day. By the way, MECA stands for Multicultural Education and Counseling Through the Arts.
True story.
Yes.
MECWICK.
But the Q is silent.
Yes. Yes.
And you were talking with Alfonso, the sound guy, about this. But Saturday was the first time we'd played on the actual MECA campus.
That's what they were building. That's why we were downtown. But yeah.
That stage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, since 2000. I said 2006 the time. I realized when we were driving away it was 2005 because my dad was there. It was when we played on the other side of the campus.
Back when it was only a basketball court.
Yeah. Anyhow.
So moving right along.
Fun.
Last time we left you, we were talking about how to debone a fish.
Yes.
Oh, that's our cooking
it.
channel. Sorry. I'm getting it mixed up.
Hey, y'all. We're going to go around Houston and talk about... Fuck that.
So let's move on to the venting with Eric C. Hughes segment.
You know what really grinds my gears?
There's a couple of things you wanted.
So yesterday at the church, which is fine, they were doing something for the kids and the neighborhood, which I'm kind of a yin and yang on this whole thing. They were doing a trunk or treat, and I just can't stand the concept of trunk or treating. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I just think what it does is it just takes away the sense of exploring your own community and meeting your neighbors, kind of a thing. Ooh. I think that's the thing that really gets to me. If you don't know what a trunk or treat is, just Google it. I'm not going to explain it to you because I'll be infuriated by the time I'm done.
I'll explain.
I'd never heard of it before.
I'd never either.
Yeah, I thought it was just.
It's a thing that a lot of churches do. So there's my first problem. Da 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 da. Wee woo. It's a thing that churches do. And basically, she's got a lot of dogs. Basically, if you don't know what it is, it's basically people show up and they open up their trunks and they put they don't put little kids in them, but they give out candy to these things. And I just think it kind of breaks down like the sense of like going and meeting your neighbors or you don't have to when I used to live on the north side, people would they would drive to this neighborhood from all over town because they knew that. There's a lot of houses there. It's very almost suburban, even though it's still inside the loop. And we would literally give out 1,500 pieces of candy. No joke. Like we would buy the Tootsie Rolls, the bulk Tootsie Rolls. You get one Tootsie Roll, you get one Tootsie Roll. And it was fun because the kids are out. But the trunk or treating thing is just like you show up at somebody's parking lot and you walk around and you meet people that you don't even know. And you could just be walking to next door and be like, trick or treat. Oh, hey, I'm your neighbor, kind of a thing. So fuck trunk or treat.
Okay.
Yeah, I would never have come up with it, and I would never participate, and I would never. We for the longest time too. Here in the 6th Ward, we would always have massive amounts of candy. I'm the handful kind of thing, but I thought the house was going to be empty yesterday. We were playing. Kids were supposed to be gone, and that was not the case. So I can't buy chocolate before because I'm not going to give out shit that I'm not going to eat. So ends up I start eating it, and then next thing you know,
gotta go to the store again.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anything in here, and the next thing I find myself home at dusk. And I'm like, oh, shit, there's nothing. So I just kept the lights off. And
I have good news though.
Give us some good.
You can go to HEB right now and buy Halloween candy for half off.
That.
Half price.
Fuck it.
Half price. All the chocolate you want. Half price.
They've got the Christmas stuff out now.
Well, they're just about to make that transition.
Too late.
Sorry.
Too late.
Dave Chappelle.
Fetch my makeup.
Mm-hmm. It occurred to me when I was driving home from the gig last night. So I went and took my stuff back, and then went out to the grocery store after that. And it was I'm staying at my mom's house right now because she's traveling. So, and the Heights is.
There's going to be a party.
What's the address, Chad?
The address is 401.
We're going to have a kegger?
Hyde Street. Just look for Judy's she's got this huge torso in her front garden. It's of Chad. So it's like ripped, like a 6-pack out and he's massive. So just look for that. And party there tonight. Be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Heights is huge on trick or treating. There's a little bit of it. I mean, it seems like there's certain streets. I guess it's. You were saying, was it Bel Air? Somebody was saying that everybody goes to Bel Air to trick or treat.
Who was saying that? Somebody was saying that.
Somebody told me. Let's go now.
Somebody was saying that.
Oh, maybe it was Greg. Anyway, but yeah, there were this. I can't remember what street it was. It was a street that runs parallel with Heights when I was trying to get over to my mom's house. And once you let a couple of people cross the street in front of you at a stop sign, it's like
you're there.
It's like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, pedestrian traffic is like you're stuck there. So there was a couple people who were like, "No, go," because they know if you don't go now, you're gonna be stuck here all night.
Right.
And but it occurred to me that I hadn't seen trick or treating in a long time because usually we're in Ireland on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
And or we're playing a gig all night, so I don't. Yeah, by the time I get home, it's all over. Yeah. So it was kind of, oh wow, I remember this. It was just nice to see it back in full swing again. You know. Anyway, but yeah, I'd made the candy mistake when we lived in New York. I think it's the only time I can remember this happening. But when my roommates lived there, the first couple of years we lived in New York, the kids would come through the apartment building we lived in.
Oh, okay.
Was, the kids who lived in the neighborhood would be knocking on all the doors. So after my roommates moved, the first year they were gone, I just reflexively went out and bought a couple bags of fun-sized Snickers and whatever. Nobody came.
I wonder where
I
they
feel
went.
like I've told this story before, but that was a big miscalculation on my part. So I never did it again.
Wow, that's harsh. But we do want to we want to use the we want to send out our best to Sharon Fugate, who is at this moment recovering. She had a little thing, and she's now done, and she's on the mend. We spoke to her on Sunday, and also the lovely Leslie DeHaven. We want to say, get well, stay well.
She's doing just fine.
Yeah, because she's got a good nurse.
Yeah,
Looking after her.
my nurse costume, and it's someone that I don't know personally, but she is a Blaggards fan, and her name on Instagram is Not Quite Kelly.
Yes,
And it's not quite Kelly's birthday.
Oh, happy
So
birthday,
happy birthday, Kelly!
And one of our greatest SlapperCast enthusiasts.
Yes,
she's been. Her questions are great. Her comments are even greater. If you go on YouTube and you watch any of this stuff, you watch any of the past episodes, she has some very, very astute observations and great. And so, happy birthday! I think she's in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe she is.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Out in the woods in Georgia.
I did speak to a place in Savannah, and I spoke to a place just outside where Fiarua is in. If you look up Fiarua Irish pub,
Richmond,
is it Richmond Hills?
Yeah,
Some of that. Yes, I spoke to those guys about a spring jaunt. So we did announce last week that we're going to Florida, Punta Gorda, and Jacksonville, and not in that order, and possibly another date to be announced. But so we're going to hit Florida again. We're going to hit Georgia again. So hopefully we'll get to see her.
Yeah.
On that, meet her, and
Fiorello
so happy birthday.
It was near Savannah. I remember that.
Yeah,
whatever the name of the town
that's why
was.
I talked about.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
yeah, and did anybody else did anybody else think any more about these? We were talking about biopics.
Fucking hell! Fucking Bob just texted me.
Oh yeah, our showrunner.
He says you were discussing biopics. At least the movie people are at least trying to give some honor to their subject. Hence, let's tell their story. Be it good or bad, I think they are trying. Well, that's.
Oh, he's sticking up for them.
I think Bob is sticking up for biopics.
Sure.
Of course. I mean, of course.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
right.
problem,
He's
it's a
absolutely
problem
right.
with Hollywood more than the issues we have with these films. I think. You know, it's poor production.
Yes, I would like to see a good biopic about our favorite
Yeah, absolutely.
artists and stuff like that. But I mean, like we talked about in the past, it's just like Hollywood has a way to fuck most everything up, you know. So
Yeah,
and here
I
we
did
are.
that Bowie pick I was talking about, the Stardust biopic. They had horrible reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. like 20% or something.
Nice.
I tried to watch it. I tried, and I was like, it was one of those things where initially, because my expectations were so low by the bad reviews, I was the first few minutes I was like, oh, this is not that bad.
This is not terrible.
And the guy who's playing Bo was like, okay, I can hang with this. But then the more it got into it, the problems of the fact that they didn't have rights to any of his music became more and more apparent. Even the lyrics, and this was a decision they made. I don't understand.
Why would you make a movie if you didn't have the rights to that shit?
Yeah, well, you can't make a movie of that. Anyway, they were trying. They were trying to avoid the issue of the music. But there was a scene where he's talking to a journalist, and the journalist has to quote one of his songs, that the lyrics to "Man Who Sold the World." They can say that they mention the song titles a lot, but they never. Apparently, when it came time to just actually citing the lyrics, they didn't even have the rights to the lyrics. So he cited. Oh, so the lyrics of "Man Who Sold the World." And he read out this line, and he said, how do you what's that about?" And I was sitting there, that's not the lyrics to the song. And I had to Google it, and it was some old public domain poem from like the 1800s or something. It had similar words. Like, why?
Yeah, why are we doing this?
And at that point, I just checked out. I was like, no, you just ruined it, And any sense of immersion was gone for me at that point.
Sure.
And like, just don't. You could have very easily rewritten that scene to not have. He was asking. The whole point of it was that he was touring. He was promoting his "Man Who Sold the World" album, which was there's a lot of songs on that record about mental illness, basically, because it was his brother, Bowie's half brother, was schizophrenic, and was something that ran in his family. That Bowie was at that point in his life was kind of paranoid that he was going to have mental issues. Yeah. And the gist of the movie was that Bowie was uncomfortable talking about that subject, which I don't think was necessarily true. But you could have very easily said, so what this seems to be about mental illness, what's that about? You didn't have to. If you can't quote the lyrics, then don't do it. I just that was where I lost it. But and yeah, I really wanted to like it, but I was like,
I think you should be allowed to quote your own lyrics. I think that you should be able to make up your own lyrics on the spot. I think that lyrics are irrelevant. I think that I don't think Bowie was a great lyricist. I don't think. No. But it's funny on that. I was talking earlier about going out to Bisbee. So Greg Chaley, the one of the guys that works with Doug Stanhope, I didn't even bring it up, but we started talking. He used to manage Mitch Hedberg. And Mitch Hedberg is, if you're a fan of comedy, if you're a fan of dry comedy, Mitch was one of the greatest and driest of them all. I mean, just sharp. When you go to any open mic night, there's somebody ripping off or impersonating or using, anyway. So Mitch Hedberg, but so Greg Chaley and I were starting. One of the first things we started talking about, because I asked him, I said, I read that they were looking at making a movie of it, but it's really difficult to find somebody to, probably not Mitch Hedberg, because he was so distinct that you'd be able to find somebody that could impersonate him and probably look a little bit like him and get away with it. However, they're having a problem with the family, with his ex, or excuse me, the
his ex family, because he's dead.
Yeah,
they're no longer their family.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, I can get behind that.
But they're that's tough for them to find that middle ground, and so he doesn't know if it'll ever be made. But that was one of the things too. When you pass on. It would be difficult. Like Freddie just keeps coming up over and over and over again when you talk about this stuff. I mean, you can't. I don't give a fuck how good you sound. Then you're not going to look like him. And if you don't look like him, then it's how it's so difficult to establish that character, because he was just so unique in every aspect. There wasn't anything that was run of the mill with Freddie.
That's always the most awkward part of any music biopic, or the performance parts.
Unless you're a caricature like the 70s Elvis, which to me is some of my favorite stuff. But he really did at the end. He really tried to go with the jumpsuits and the glasses and the mutton chops and the, and his larger than life everything. He was very easy to
mimic.
Mimic, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, at a distance you can get away with murder, but then again, when he spoke, and he had this, his aura, he really did. He had this massive air about him, and that's just not, even Kurt Russell at his most, just picture perfect moment couldn't recapture Elvis's, so.
It seems to be this was a problem. This was something a reviewer said about the movie called Stardust, the Bowie film I was watching, trying to watch. His criticism of it made you talking about Elvis made me think of this too. That quite often it seems like the artist's sense of humor is not conveyed in these films. They always want to go for the drama. And the guy that's what this reviewer was saying is, or Mark Commodi was his name, or I think it's a British film reviewer. Was saying that Bowie was actually really funny, and there's none of that in the movie, And it's true. You watch any interview with Bowie, unless he was in a shit mood,
yeah,
he's always cracking jokes.
Well, watch him on Ricky Gervais's. Forget the name of it. It was a movie about actors and. God damn it! I can't think of it. But Bowie did a couple of cameos in Ricky Gervais's. I want to say maybe it was after. No, it wasn't Afterlife. But Ricky Gervais, another great comedian, just and incredibly smart.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, just brilliant. But Bowie and he became fast friends, and I know that in the movie. In the movie that Gervais did, he had asked Bowie, he goes, just something like Storm. I forget the song too, but it was something like Storm. And Bowie was like, yeah, I'll just, I'll just whip something up that took me fucking years to write. I'll just whip something up for you right now. But the delivery and the precision that he hit Gervais with in that scene, and then he goes into singing, chubby little fat man, or and he's so he looked like he was in a shit mood. He just played the part and he nailed it. And to do a scene, and Ricky Gervais is one of those actors too. This might be a topic for another show, but Ricky Gervais is one of those comedians that is as good an actor, I think, as he is a comedian. The Office, the original. I didn't watch 1 second of the American Office, and fuck it, everything about it. I don't care how good you think it was. The original, Ricky Gervais's original, is beyond compare. There's nothing. There's not. So fuck the American one. Fuck it, awful. I don't care what. Anyways, as you can tell, but I'm getting angry just thinking about it. His acting in that, this is his delivery as David Brent, the office manager, was fucking breathtaking. It left you tired after the thing from just laughing, and his fucking just delivery, his facial expressions, his just and the breath in
those weird like awkward moments too. Yeah. Where he just like
that's what was the tiring part. That was the punch in the gut that just because that guy, you fucking know him. You've probably been in a band with him.
Well, what I was getting on with Elvis is that that's something I don't often hear people talking about, is how funny Elvis was. Because even on stage, people do all the posing and stuff like that. But the thing that I think a lot of them seem to miss is that he was constantly making fun of himself and cracking himself up with some of the ways he would. You see it. I was just watching the comeback special, the '68 comeback special, and he was doing it on there too. If you watch, there was some song that he messed up at the beginning, and he said, "Oh, got to do it again," and he'll do some silly run or something, and then he'll laugh at what he just did. I fucking love that, and that's something I think that's often missing from
when they're
from,
sitting in the round.
Yeah. But
So
he would do that in the Vegas stuff too. Those
I have
years.
the record of the entire. So I don't know if it's all the outtakes of that, but it's a double album, and it's just that of those guys doing filming the TV show, and he's like, oh, I messed up the lyrics, or what are the words, and he's like, and someone yells him, it's since my baby left me, something stupid like that. He's like, oh yeah, that's right, since my baby left me, whatever.
Yeah.
But Elvis, the great tragedy about Elvis is that not only was he insanely funny, but he just wanted to be one of the guys, and everyone treated him like he was the king, and they were like, and he just wanted to hang. And he couldn't because everyone treated him in a certain different way. But insanely funny, and the jokes he would say on stage, and the kind of in between banter he'd have with the band while he was on the microphone.
Yeah. Oh,
that's like the one-sided joke, like we do on stage.
There's some rehearsal outtakes too that I've heard from. I don't know if it's from that special or from some other thing. I think it was from one of his Vegas show rehearsals, where he's just goofing. I can't remember what it was now. I just remember how it was.
There's
really
a great
funny.
recording of "Are You Lonesome Tonight," where he, I wonder if you were lonesome tonight, and he's just in tears laughing, and you can tell that it's not put on; it's an actual.
Having fun.
They let the tape run, and they just had the whole thing, and it was in this there. And if you're not laughing by the end of it, well, then you're not paying attention because it's really good.
Then you don't get the joke.
Yeah,
because I remember I found that one of those clips that I sent it to you. Have you heard this? You're like, oh yeah. Like I never heard it before.
I have it all. I have that the same one that you're talking about. I have the and I think his name was Will Sasso, a comedian that used to do they used to run parallel with Saturday Night Live.
On the Mad TV.
Mad TV, thank you. And they used to have. I thought it was 10 times funnier. I mean, it still wasn't funny, but it was. There were moments. But Will Sasso did an Elvis routine. You were saying he was trying to be one of the guys, and he would, they'd be in the back of the limo, and it'd be Big Elvis, and he was just. He didn't have to say anything, and the guys would just crack up. Yeah, that's great, great job, E. Oh, that's hilarious. I've never heard of it. He did the whole, thank you very much thing over and over and over again. But he couldn't be serious. He couldn't be funny. He couldn't be thinking. They were just in tears laughing, and that's I wish I had loyalty like that.
Well, see, no. But that shows you too, from where you're talking about, Hollywood fucking up biopics. That shows you that somebody on that show knew something about Elvis. The fact that he was, all of his followers were like, yes, sir, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So his followers, his whatever.
He also
entourage.
His entourage.
Absolutely.
he also portrayed him as a little bit of a prick too, which wasn't entirely accurate, I think. But there's one of those scenes. There's like several different scenes. I've seen it's like a compilation of them. I think it's like different segments of a show, and so they put them all. Somebody on YouTube put them all in sequence. But there's one where he's telling the story, and one of his guys tries to insert or interject something. He goes, "Hey, I'm telling the story," and he pauses and looks like, "What the fuck?" I kind of have a feeling that maybe Elvis didn't do that, but
Probably.
See, now you have your lead for the next Elvis movie.
yeah.
There you go.
Well done.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there a response to that? No. Okay, good.
Is it any more from nothing else from Bob?
Let me make sure that's the whole text. I just
Okay.
hold on. Please hold, everybody.
Well, while we're
While
still
I try
talking
to
about this.
type in my own fucking code in my phone, which I don't know what it is. It's all right. Bob Miller. Blah blah blah. Oh, because he wanted me to share that there's a Queen family sing along happening on ABC.
Oh yeah.
That's
The
right.
All Bullshit Corporation, ABC, and so
I will skip that.
it lessens. He says he's talking about the thing that we just talked about, the biopics, about how they're trying to tell their story, be it good or bad. I think they're trying. Then he says about the Queen thing. He's like, but this is a stupid program. Almost lessens Queen's body of work, turns it into a cartoon. Yes, so don't watch the Queen family sing along.
Or what we can do is we can put a link to
Okay.
it, and in that link we put our new Christmas song.
There we go.
Yes.
New Christmas
I'll
song.
forward-
You
I'll
get
forward
really
it.
well. It's new because it's now Christmas time. Halloween's over. Halloween's. Yeah.
I have to take all my skulls down.
No.
I'm going to repurpose them, though, for Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna be that guy in the neighborhood that people are like, oh, huh,
Yeah, I have a
Interesting.
skull tree too, and I
Yeah.
noticed there was a lot of
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be good.
yes.
I bought a sleigh and everything.
Did you?
It's gonna be SLAY sleigh.
Oh, Slayer.
Santa sleigh. It's gonna be ridiculous. We'll have to post a picture of it once I get it set up.
Oh yeah, cool.
Anyway,
And I know we've talked about this before. Our friend Sterling that hired us for the show on Sunday asked me. He said, do you do any more Christmas songs? He apparently liked the Every Day is Christmas.
Oh,
Every Day is Christmas by who? Blaggards.
Yeah, so he said, he said, we have a 1,200 seat, thing. He said, why not do a Christmas show? He said, maybe not this year, but, we did. And I know we've talked about it before, doing a Blackguard Christmas album, which I don't want to remake Let It Snow, Let It Snow, or Little, Little Star of Bethlehem or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
Throwing Star of Bethlehem. I like that. And, that kind of stuff. No interest in redoing the songs. But I'd like to hear your version of I'd like to hear you shut up.
What about our
we
version?
used to talk about Little Drummer Boy. You wanted to do?
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
I
that.
still want to do that.
What about Last Christmas by Wham?
Yes, always.
Always.
I think we have
And
we
forever.
have a little portion of it in our show right now.
I think we do.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
would it be an LP or an EP?
EP. I mean, it depends, but they need to be original. The stuff needs to be original, and again, the subject matter needs to be along the Oh Holy Night.
Wanted drummer. Contact.
riddled with bullet Holy Night. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, Bad Religion, who is definitely anti-religion. They're not devil, but they're more science. They released a Christmas record and they're all religious Christmas songs, but they're just amped up versions of that. I'm like, oh, that's lame.
yeah, that's,
I like Bad
there's no
Religion a
point.
lot, but I was just like, this is the best we can do. It wasn't. That wasn't
And
great.
I didn't listen to it, and I've bitched about it before, and of course it's ignorant of me to do so because I haven't heard it. But Twisted Sister did, everybody's done these
Twisted
Christmas.
Christmas.
Twisted Christmas. Fuck it. I've no interest. I've no interest in hearing it with distortion. I've got no, and especially, the guitar wizardry of J.J. French or, I don't know any of the guys, but just just no time for that. It has to be an adult's Christmas record. When the kids go to bed and you're getting it on, maybe something sexy like a little Slayer riff and
Gonna redefine the term stuffing the stockings. Yeah.
yes.
Santa only comes once a year, but not me. This is gold. Make sure you put a marker for that. That's your title of your next song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Santa.
Coming down your chimney.
Yes. Christmas at Cosby's.
There you go.
Do you have a go-to Christmas record that you listen to? At
The
home?
Phil Spector one is one of my favorites.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just people he produced?
Yeah, it's the fucking Darlene Love and the Ronettes and Hal Blaine on drums and that just gigantic wall of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking what's his name sings a great version of the Bells of St. Mary's. Gene Pitney, I think. It's like an epic like kind of a thing, and it's just like
Cool. Check that out.
and that guy's voice is fucking ridiculously good. Yeah,
Gene Pitney?
it's a good record.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dean Martin's Christmas stuff, but I love his voice.
Yeah.
So I can listen to Dean Martin sing.
Yeah.
The Rat
something
Pack
else of it.
Christmas shit is ridiculous because
Yeah.
you can just imagine them just like getting loaded in the
Yes.
studio and
Yes.
let's sing a fucking Christmas carol.
Yeah.
And I do. I love that stuff. I love that sound.
Yeah.
I've always loved that. There's an irreplaceable feel, from those guys. Though they had a chemistry that's never going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never going to be copied. It's never going to be. It's I'll never done again. Yeah, I mentioned it years and years ago on this thing. But I was so proud of my mother back in her early days. She tipped the door guy. She didn't have a ticket. She was staying at the hotel in Vegas where Dean Martin was playing, and she rolled up a 50 or something and gave it to the guy. And he pulled up a table right by the stage. And I was just so proud of her.
Ah, nice work.
Yes, and I meant to say happy birthday, Mom.
Oh.
When is it?
Last week.
Oh, snap.
Happy birthday. but you got the card. I know you got the card. Cut. Let me go get a card.
Let me get the cut.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
Happy birthday.
But I don't start playing any Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. I may start decorating because it's going to be a lengthy process, but I'm not going to play any music until after.
Oh, you played one yesterday.
And even then, it's just like
No, you mean at the house.
yeah. Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
And even then, it's like I have a very selective about what I like to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play Christmas music around here anymore. I try to stay away from it. And,
Not for everybody.
My stereo has taken to skipping once I get it past about 8 o'clock, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It starts skipping now, so I'm gonna have to do something to that stereo because I like it fucking loud in here. I like the windows to shake, and I like the foundations shake, and I like the neighbors to shake.
Yeah.
And it's fucking. It's
Especially Mrs. Collins on the next block. I don't know. I'm sure that.
Oh
means.
yeah. She should be over in a minute. So we're gonna
Yeah.
have to wrap this up.
Yeah. Hello. Wrap what up?
Wrap it up. You heard me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we're going to be this weekend. You're going to find us on Thursday watching the wonderful Doug Stanhope. If there are tickets available and you're within 3,500 miles of Houston, you should come. And Friday we are in the Woodlands, a place called Mahoney's. Texrish.
I think it says
Texas.
Texrish on the website, which is
Yeah, something like that.
interesting take on it.
Yeah, we've never been there. Looking forward to that. And then Saturday, you'll find us at After Dark, which is the venue on the campgrounds at Ren Fair. But you've already been there twice or three times before? Yeah, we're going back again.
Third
Can't
time's
get
a
enough
charm.
of it.
So come on back. We're going to have a lot of fun. And then that's Saturday. And Sunday, you'll find us throwing water on the bar that caught fire right by my house.
Or throwing water or gasoline.
Yeah, no, they already got the gas on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to pretend to help.
Well, Chris Buckley will be playing fiddle with us at the Ren Fair gig, the After Dark thing.
Oh, that's right.
So
Which one is he? Is he the redhead from Phoenix?
No.
No. He's the redhead from Milwaukee?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Or Milk Wanky.
Milk Wanky.
Yes.
There we go. There's the title. All right.
So anyway, thanks for listening. And remember that we do have our Cinnamon coffee. We have our the LP. We're going to get word. You'll probably be in the notes of this. If not, just check back with us. But we are pushing and screaming and just doing everything we can to get these vinyls delivered. So if you haven't ordered one yet, get one because we've only got a limited number, and we're not redoing them. So once they're gone, they're gone. So get your order in, and
Makes a great Christmas gift.
yes, and also Christmas we're re-releasing our two Christmas songs.
Which
Every Day
are?
is Christmas and Fairy Tale of New York with the wonderful, the beautiful,
Effervescent.
the effervescent, the talented Miss Leslie DeHaven. So, and I think, well, if you've heard the song already, she nails it. She makes that. And that, we even have Glockenspiel on there. So we're going to have a Glockenspiel and find out who did that.
Yeah. Glockenspielen.
Both of
Yeah.
those songs, by the way, produced by Patrick's neighbor, Paul Beebe, who came to see us. He doesn't get to see us very often because he's a working musician. But he came to see us at Mecca on Saturday, and one of my favorite moments is when we played 16, which is a song. Paul had contributions to almost all the arrangements on the record, in addition to including Every Day is Christmas. But on 16, he made there's a break that happens in the song that was not there when we recorded it. And we started doing that on stage a few months ago. And I don't think he knew that we were playing it that way on stage. So he got to see that. And I was just watching his face while we were playing it. He was like, he was like, that's cool. Because that was actually, that was his idea.
Good to see him and Jack and other child whose name I don't know.
Eleanor and, Eloise and Janet. And I think that's Eloise. Sorry, I hope I got that right. Because I called her name out, and there you go.
I know she listens.
Yes.
Every week she's on the podcast.
Because she's learning all her vocabulary from this fucking show.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to say for the record too, when he showed us that idea for the break that he inserted in the song, I hated it at first, but I was wrong. I love it now.
You are fucking wrong.
Yeah.
The reason, just quick note, and then you can cut if you want. But the reason for it is that, again, like we've mentioned 1,000 times now, or 2,000 times, like I've lost count, is so the songs were written and showed to the guys once we were in the studio and kind of played through it a couple of times. There wasn't a preview. There wasn't an idea. It was just one of these things that was thrown out there. So that song ends up being a very, very in-your-face, non-stop thing. Just not a lot of movement in it. It goes to a certain level and it stays there, and so Paul's got just an incredible ear. He just knew that there was too much going on for the song, so he dropped out the instrumentation in the first or in the second verse.
So it's just your vocal for a second.
And it's just a vocal, and then the drums come in, and then so it was when we came into the studio. He said, "Hey, I did this. We can put it all back if you want it. If you don't like it." And Eric and I loved it immediately. Yes, do that. Jump in and chat.
It was really. It just. That's not how we played it.
Yeah,
that's not how. This isn't reality, But we did tweak it a little bit. It was more. What we wound up with was a little more layered and nuanced. But it was such a weird thing because we've had songs that have acapella sort of. I don't know. We have acapella stuff. There's the beginning of Foggy Dew.
I think it's pronounced
but
Acapulco.
There's still guitar underneath that. But to have the song stop and have nothing but vocals for a few seconds in the middle of the song is something that we've never done before.
Yeah.
And I that's why I think it really works. But anyway. Yeah, it grew on me that day, but it especially grows on me now that we're playing it that way too. So.
Yeah, and it's a moment. It's a moment live too when you can take that, when you could take everything and kind of just put it to the side and then you bring it back up again. I've tried to over the years. We've heard if you're in a band and you haven't heard Less Is More, well then you're not in a very good fucking band. But over the years. It becomes part of your psyche that less is more. And if you can shut the fuck up for a minute, then when you decide to come back and solo, the solo's going to mean something versus the guy that's just going to wank for 100 hours without a breath. That's fucking boring. Mm-hmm. But the guys that come, even somebody that's as note-tastic as Eddie Van Halen, the late, great Eddie Van Halen, he shuts up. He stops once in a while. Even his greatest riffs, they actually breathe. And then you get somebody like Yngwie Malmsteen who just fucking wanks all over the record. So all as it is 1 million notes per second, and it never stops. Mm-hmm. So there's no nuance. There's no, and that's the
makes me think. We talked about this drum solo many times. Ashton's improv drum solo that he did in that. I forget what was it.
That Zildjian
Live thing.
Zildjian Live thing.
Yeah. Where the thing that was just really stunning is he just kind of stopped playing for a couple seconds in the middle. Is that right?
Yeah, and just does a little thing into it.
It was what he wasn't playing as opposed to what he was playing.
Right, and because he'd seen so many other guys on that, not that same song, but on that same show, just like whenever they get a drum break, it's like, here's all the drums all at once, kind of a thing. And he even said, he told us, he was like, I thought about it. I thought about doing this fill, and then we got to that point, and he's like, I just wanted it just to, because that song goes from like a, not a halftime shuffle, but there's a shuffle, then it kind of double times right before that part. I think the keyboard's taking a solo, the guitar's taking a solo. So I think he just wanted to be like, let's all take a breath, and then we'll come back in. And, and it's fucking, that level of genius is just, inspirational to see that. And it doesn't matter what instrument it could be, drums or a vocalist or a guitar or anything. Anything that takes a break like that is just like, oh, it's.
I think you pointed out too, and he's on SlapperCast. I forget which episode it was, but when you're asking him about that moment, and you can see it in the video where because it was a spontaneous decision. You see him go when he gets to that part. He's like his
hands up and like ready to do something.
You can see him thinking, no, I'm gonna let it go.
Wait a second, then he does the flam.
It's so great.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah. Our good friend Arsenal.
One of the best episodes of this show, by the way. He was a great guy to talk with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, are we good?
Yes.
I got to go pee.
Okay.
That's
all
the
that
time.
coffee.
Hey, thank you for listening, and tell your friends.
Tell your enemies.
Yeah, fuck them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they need to suffer. If you're going to suffer through this, fuck them.
Exactly.
They need to as well.
Drag them down with you.
That's right.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Kelly, and happy birthday, Mom. Mm-hmm. And Sharon, hope you're doing well. And we'll see you all soon. Don't go changing.
See you guys. You guys.
Guys.